ye.
Shut up. So tribunal's now in session. Tribunal's now in session. First tribunal of KSL. Particulars of the case. Stephen Ward accused of repeat penalties in a game, 2-time slashes on Chloe Parks in round 1 of KSL.
Don't look at me like that.
Look contrite.
Last minute appointment to Stephen's defence as public defender Phoebe Melvin after Michael Katz abandoned the defence of Stephen Ward during the discovery process.
He did see the evidence.
After seeing the accumulated evidence against Stephen, Chris Kondos will represent the Kondos Summer League and Chloe Parks herself. I will be the independent adjudicator. We will have the session as follows. Chris Kondos, on behalf of the league, will present his evidence against Stephen Ward for his accused crimes. That can last up to 10 minutes before we'll have to probably put a pause in that. Stephen and his defence have 10 minutes to plead their case for why they think Stephen should not be summarily executed this evening.
He's innocent!
We're going to start with the evidence from the game. So there's the first slash, right on the ankle, and the second slash on the ankle. We'll see it again in slow motion.
Objection.
No, you can't object yet. We have to watch the footage, and then you can object. So the knee was clearly taken out.
My head's vibrating.
Yeah. And you attempted to break her ankle.
Suggests that you were slashing in rage.
Does Stephen appear to be smiling as well?
He's been smiling the whole
He's
time.
been laughing about it, and that's what
quite
shits me.
concerning.
At 100. Now, can you explain what you were doing the night before the game?
Whereas a bigger round is probably going to need a couple power swings to get that initial chop.
Did you really need to work that hard at chopping wood the night before a big game? Why'd you do this to my knee? All right. Well, you're seeing what you did the night before. Now, A, you've got an anger problem.
Please answer.
His team.
You're under oath.
I plead the fifth.
We're not in America. There's no Fifth Amendment.
This is an American-based sport.
All right. Well, this is the evidence This is the evidence I've collected over your anger issues over.
His
the
team
last
is
few
not
seasons.
just once.
Now look at you. Why are you
twice.
so happy about it? You broke your own stick and then you broke a second one.
Odd
and you
number
decided to
3
get
times right
frustrated.
there. That created
Look at
confusion
this one. And then
for
you decided
Justin
to break another
Schultz.
one over the bench. Why? And another one, another stick broken. Clearly got anger issues.
Done the job in the first. Crosby getting to the front of the net. There's the cross check to the back of the
You have to
net.
do that.
Right into the.
And
The
then
5
while they're
games
down,
in a row
another
of a
stick
win,
broken.
and the streak.
I'm starting to really feel for Cullen bringing your sticks in. Now, I also pulled up some footage of you coaching. I pulled up some footage of you coaching as well.
Getting a
This is
penalty.
when you were coaching the Saints.
And Jim Playfair just broke the stick over the ice. He has lost his mind. Jim Playfair is throwing the stick on the ice.
Wait, why'd you have to take your jacket
Unbelievable.
off? Clearly you got anger issues here. The witness statements after.
Oh yeah, we'll take the characters.
You want those statements?
Yeah,
All right, well,
we'll take it all down.
I had someone anonymous phone in and send me this, and she didn't want to show her face.
Video call.
Look, well, I've known Stephen now for about 18 years, and you think you know someone. Apparently he's part of this huge network of Victorian slashers, people who like to slash underage kids and make them feel small on the ice. I've tried to talk to him about it, but he just won't listen. And to be honest, a week before the actual situation happened, he came to me and he told me what he was going to do. It was completely premeditated. He even had a book that said, you know, the beginner's guide to slashing, and it really disturbed me because I think he's actually one of the co-creators of that.
So that's our anonymous member. Now the next person, they didn't mind putting their face on video, so they're more than happy for this. And this is the next witness. I put subtitles. Now we put in these subtitles just if you couldn't understand dog. And then we have Vietnam
Làm việc
even
không
called
bao
me.
giờ gì hết. Đi làm thì trễ, than thì lại không cột lại, uống nước thì bỏ rác khắp nơi, làm việc chậm chạp lệ mề. Có người không ăn được gì hết, xấu hổ, quá tệ.
And your employee even called up today.
I'm Lee, Stephen's colleague. Stephen is very unprofessional at work. He is extremely disrespectful. He would verbally and mentally assault me with the stupid words that come out of his mouth. He is also a hazard to the company and the people on the road. This is because he always forgets to tie the ladder onto the roof. He's also late to work 3 out of 4 days a week. That is if he decides to show up. He would dirty the van with cans of energy drink because without them, the man turns into a sloth.
That guy has a terrible fade.
Okay, you've had your 10 minutes. You two can have a minute to discuss whatever the fuck your defence is going to be after that.
First of all, we would like to raise some objections to the evidence that has been shown before the court.
Good luck.
Now, we have some reason to believe that some, if not all, of this footage was entirely doctored. I've written some notes and I'd like to raise them now. To begin with, in the first video, Stephen appears to have a vibrating head, which isn't part of his normal state of being, and suggests to me that perhaps his face was added to the image after the fact.
Wait, can I answer that? Budget-wise, our cameras only shot in 2 frames per second.
Interesting, okay. Now, also, Stephen appears to be wearing jerseys that he does not own, nor has ever owned, and I would say teenage girls. Well, I would suggest that the aggrieved party is also wearing a jersey that she does not own.
I do own that jersey.
What jersey was it again?
It was a something jersey.
Oh, very good.
Of own jerseys. Now, that's concerning to us as the defence. Now, I'd also like to point out that
Can I just go back to that?
Yes.
I actually caught him burning those jerseys after the fight.
That's
so
why I had amnesia.
He's trying to
after the
get
fight.
rid of the
I
evidence.
had amnesia.
Okay. Now, I'd also like to, if we could return to the first video, please.
Oh yeah, gladly.
My head aggressively changed size as well.
This is a good note. We'd also like to
does
note the
that.
size of Stephen's head throughout this video.
It's consistently large.
You're under oath.
Are you
Have
looking
you got
at
a
his
big
head
head?
right
I do have a big head,
Centre.
but it does not shrink.
You and I have measured heads before, and yours fluctuates quite
Now,
significantly.
I would like to draw the court's attention to the face of the aggrieved party.
That one?
Continuing. Now, if we can pause here, there is no show of fear on the aggrieved party's face. Please
There is.
continue.
That is just my scared face.
Continue. Now, mid-strike, still mid-smile. I would suggest this indicates to us that either the aggrieved party is not injured or this is, in fact, doctored evidence. Now, in our second video, Stephen appears to have both a moustache and a ponytail, which he has not sported in the last 2 weeks. Next video, it appears that Stephen's head is entirely floating separate from his body. Again, I would like to draw attention that this is not normal behaviour for
Perez
Stephen.
getting a penalty. Perez throwing the stick on
Can you
the
answer
ice.
why you took your shirt
Size
off?
of my head compared to this guy.
Yeah, but he's closer to the camera. That's why.
That's,
We
what about
have
the size of my head compared to this guy?
some further issues with the evidence, which I will note was not involved in discovery and was not shared prior to the case, which is of grave concern to the defence.
No, sorry, I'll stop you there. It was shared. Unfortunately, as you taking on the case as a public defendant 20 minutes ago, Kat's pulled out about half an hour ago after seeing the evidence in discovery.
I believe this is problematic at best. Continuing on to our witness statements, we have an unknown witness who mentions a well-known network of slashers in Victoria, which my client is allegedly part of. They then continue to say that they had a beginner's guide to slashing, which appears to contradict itself. If they need a beginner's guide, how can they be well embedded within the slashing community of Victoria.
Well,
If it
obviously-
exists,
It's like the beginning
it shouldn't be carried.
to being a terrorist. Like, you know, you talk.
Shut up,
about
you're
nice
anonymous.
stuff.
Yeah.
What do you know about this?
Order,
I'm not-
order.
I would like to know.
Why don't you pull up your right sleeve, Nat?
I would like to query who was responsible for the translation of Master Jet Kondos.
That was Horvath, because he speaks dog.
I'll have to take your word for it.
That was me.
I would also like to
You
flag
can
that
take
the-
his word for it.
our final witness is clearly reading a statement. You can see them looking to the side as their eyes are moving in a reading, as they track their reading. I would like to raise
I'm
before
too
the
late.
court that this
Steve-
appears that a witness
Stephen's
is being
colleague.
led by the prosecution,
Stephen
which, as we all
is very
know,
unprofessional at
is very
Objection.
unethical.
Hang
His
on.
first,
Yeah,
his
I
second
think
language is English.
second
He had to
language.
write it out.
Evidence Exhibit A, I would like you to identify for me on the game
with this.
sheet where the slashing was written down by...
Objection. We don't write slashing on those sheets.
Convenient.
That's because
That's
the
alleged
alleged
someone who
crime
does the sheets.
was never committed.
As
So we
someone
have
who does the
serious concerns. In closing, we would like
How do we know that was
Hang
from the
on,
game?
just a question. Can I confirm, was Joseph Spinozzi responsible for scoring that game? Because if so,
It looks like it.
inadmissible.
I didn't even know we had game sheets.
Stephen is a passionate young man. He loves playing hockey. I think we can all acknowledge that sometimes he does get a bit excited during a game and perhaps
Sorry.
doesn't notice.
Just your closing statement. I feel you're underestimating what we're charging him with here. We will be executing him with an axe. This is not about his future hockey career.
We'll give it a try. Every now and then on the ice, he is unaware of where his body is in relation to others, as he has
that include
issues
what?
not only with his spelling ability, but with his proprioception.
And how big his head is.
Other members of KSL have at times been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I think that is entirely within character that a gentleman caught up in the passion of a game might be in the presence of another beginner player, and no malice was intended.
Well, you might say that, but this witness right here
Speak.
clearly says otherwise. You can hear it right there in his voice. He's clearly distraught. Look at him.
Distraught. He looks very distraught.
He's scared. Look, the tail wagging, that means he's scared.
Statement. What is this alleged slashing incident done to you in your life and your hockey?
Well, I've had to take up psychological help. Stephen, I'm very traumatized playing games now. I'm not a fan of playing in the Condor Summer League because of you.
Don't talk directly to him. You're scared.
She sounds very scared.
And I have a bruise on my thigh.
Well, just have to take your word for that one.
Don't ask me to show that one.
Yeah, just to be absolutely clear, we will not ask the underage girl to demonstrate the bruise on her thigh.
We were going to only ask for a doctor's note regarding the ankle brace or a series of x-rays.
Okay, we're not wasting time-strapped GPs in valuable time with confirming there's a bruise on the leg.
We are
Valuable
the
time.
alleged ankle brace.
I think we've got one actually. Can I borrow that pen?
Sorry, Matt.
Okay, Stephen,
that.
you can now make your plea for mercy.
Well, that's it. All right.
Seems like we're all about to get slashed.
Heartfelt apology.
Look, I'm sorry that I slashed you, Chloe.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We've got evidence.
I would like to say that, tell me, did you, on the night and repeatedly today, mention that you had instructed me to slash your niece?
So it's funny because
You're under oath here.
I'm under oath. I play for the Maitlands, and that was clearly a Delhi's versus Pinheads game. So no.
I
didn't
believe
play
if we
that
check
game.
the game sheet,
Yep. Let's have a look.
this is not the same game.
That was his.
I'm under oath. Well, I'll put my name on a game sheet, and I'll give myself goals so I can win the highest point scorer for the season. There, you got me.
Okay, well, I've heard enough. Both sides very well grounded in reality, not detached at all. At this point, despite the questionable state of the evidence, Stephen Ward, the fact of the matter is you are guilty of 2 penalties in a single game, which is against the rules of KSL. Your penalty is therefore 1 game playing with a left-handed stick for the next 2 weeks.
You can have mine.
1 game, 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Double games.
Yeah.
Do you appeal?
You were going to be killed.
Can we?
No.
Executed.
This has been brought down from the death penalty.
Chris Cullen was going to drive over you with the Zamboni tonight. With the
We could bring it down to a game and a half. So you have to play one game left-handed, but the second game you have to play half with the midi stick.
We'd like to know if there is an option for my client to play 2 games in 1 week left-handed instead of one.
I feel like that
game
might
each
ruin your
week.
night.
I mean, if you want a shithouse night of hockey,
That's what I thought.
What's new?
Interesting. Is it possible
there's
that
quite a
it's
large pocket approaching.
There's a small one in the distance as well.
only for a game in which my client is playing against the aggrieved party that we have
Oh, yeah.
one left-handed game?
I'm only playing 1 week though.
With these terms? Are we willing to acquiesce on this? We're willing to accept these terms.
It's
Yes.
decided. Stephen is guilty of abusing children.
I would like to lodge for a mistrial. Not all the information was shared in discovery.
Okay, hang on. The KSL Commissioner and Deputy Commissioner will just check. What do you think, mistrial? No.
I would also like to state that
Now we have to play a small stick.
Yeah, and somebody has to give me a left handy.
you can move
And it's sick.
Oh, I missed it! I stopped recording!